The beauties of this world are never-ending, and some of the best ones are North America's national parks. My brother Elijah and I hit up the road to see one of the gems of the East Coast, Acadia National Park. Growing up in New England, we had a fair idea of how far everything was, and how much time it would take to get there. Granted, I'd be using my GPS, we were venturing into uncharted territories. Now, Acadia National Park is on Mount Desert Island, right off the coast of Maine. The park itself was founded on January 19th, 1929. The park engulfs most of the lower right side of the island and parts of the left side of the island. To help visualize the size of the island, here's a comparison with Cape Cod, where I'm from, right next to Mount Desert Island. We finally got our park pass and arrived at the campsite, which is from here to just about here. After home base was set up, we tried to decide to find a local restaurant, and on the way, stopped at the beach to enjoy some of the sun's rays. We had only been here a few hours, but I could see why this place was so special.
I need to get better at that. Ready?
Yep.
That's okay.
So we woke up to a sunny day. Hooray! Eager to explore the park. Wanting to get out of the car a bit more, we decided to go near Otter Point and do some hiking. So we headed from the campsite to the peninsula. And boy, were those trails amazing.
Oh man, look at this view.
Next, we had decided to search for a small little beach that was special to our older brother, called Hunter's Beach Cove. Not a far drive, but quite tricky to find the trail. Took us a little while of driving through residential neighborhoods to actually find the place. Once we had found it and walked the trail, we saw the sheer charisma the little cove had. The sounds of the stones rolling in and out of the waves. The sounds of the stones rolling in and out with the waves, the small stream feeding into the ocean, and being cupped by the shoreline. This spot was truly special. I could see why my brother liked it. Afterwards, we decided to drive out Mount Cadillac rather than hike it due to time constraints. But as we approached the entrance, we had discovered you needed to make a reservation for your car. Having driven up Mount Washington in the past, and not needing a reservation of any sorts, this was quite confusing. But then again, this is in the top 10 most visited national parks in the United States, so we decided to head into Bar Harbor instead and grab a bite to eat and look around, and then head back to the campsite to lounge a little bit. After playing some poker and attempting a small fire, we decided to hit the hay. Elijah was already sound asleep, and I had wanted to see the stars. I've been told the island is one of the best spots to stargaze on the East Coast, and I wanted to take advantage of that since the following day and night would be rainy. I set out to Seal Harbor, the little beach we had looked at before, where Elijah and I had gone first when we arrived. Although beautiful, there's too much light from the surrounding area. So where do I go now? Remember when I said Hunter's Cove Beach was special? Well, I just kind of felt drawn back to it, and in the pitch black of night, I drove right over there. I slowly walked onto the pebbled beach to set up my camera when I saw the glow of the moon start to rise from behind the left side of the cove. I took the best photos I could, and I just really kind of lived in the moment. So as the sun rose, I woke up and packed the car, knowing that this past night had been our last at this campsite. Looking at the weather and contemplating what to do, I remember a link our older brother had sent us, the geological history of Sandy Beach. Elijah and I hit up the beach and found the calcite sand to be quite a smooth feeling between our fingers and toes. As we explored the beach, the rain started to set in. Now, I personally don't mind the rain, even going out for hikes in it, but my camera equipment does, so we fled back to the car to venture to Psalm Sound. Now, my uncle, who had been to the island before, described Psalm Sound as a fjord of some sorts, to which I thought, what the heck's that? Well, this is what it was, and it was absolutely amazing. After we explored the right lung, well, kind of a background story, we decided the island looked like a pair of lungs. So we wanted to explore the left lung. So after a quick bite to eat, we drove around and briefly went to Echo Lake. From there, we tried to get the Bass Harbor headlight, but due to zero parking and no place to wait, we decided to move on. On the way out, we ran into 3 deer, which I didn't have any of my cameras on me to record, which I regret, but it's just beautiful watching them cross the road. From there, we tried to find a way to see Squid Island, because, well, it has squid in the name of it. And we weren't able to find a public road, so we decided to retire for the day and recharge our batteries for the drive home tomorrow. We stayed the night at a local motel, and after getting some rest, we decided to drive home in the morning. The fog caked the island, and where there was once sea, there was now a thick blanket of fog. Now, this had been quite the journey, and I've enjoyed the amazing natural beauties of Mount Desert Island, from the mountains to the rocky cliffs to the bone-chilling waters. But most of all, I got to spend it with my brother. Thank you.